Politics is not going to be helping you and me. Poor people, they said you are that. You took that in. They defined you however they defined you. You agree or you don't agree. I never agreed that I was poor, ever poor. Even when I was in the ghetto in Remuka Kadoma, my history, my path was always rich. You know, my bloodline was always rich. Rich is not, of course, money came after a while, but we have land, we have cows, we have those things that makes an African person an African. So, for me, politics, I never had looked at it as something that was going to change Liberty Bwanali's life. No. Politics governs the way we move around, do things, and all that. To a point, here we are now. Politics has failed us miserably. But I want to urge now my fellow South African brothers and sisters, the ones who are moving, with anger, moving, wanting questions, moving, wanting the government to solve their problems. I reason with anyone who's moving to move the government, the so-called people in power, to fix the problems that they say they are to fix. But while doing so, this is the time now to cool off a bit on the attacking of others. Because I lie not, business in South Africa is dying. It's dying dramatically, it's dying drastically. Because if you say, for example, you're in Joburg, and jobs are already scarce, right? You're in Durban, PE jobs are scarce. I grew up in Stellenbosch, of which this town, I'll promise you, without students, it's only locals here. Because there's nothing that will attract more things. So education, systems, upliftment of others attracts things to this city mostly. So now when I'm walking around, business is slow. After the World Cup, that's when this started technically, just low numbers in turnout of, say, tourism, activities, stuff like that. So now where we at is dangerous because the business logistics, they are dying. As they are dying, after the COVID, it was tough. It's tough to survive for many people. Many businesses have closed because people fail to understand that an employer, a minister, a president, a teacher, an IT specialist, whatever we want to call ourselves, we are people. We have feelings and all that stuff. Corona had a lot of people. People are dying every day. So this continued tension, since the first incident of xenophobia is also not helping because we keep on the tensions and then the tensions drives the business. So with people now fighting one another, that one is like, perhaps let me pack up. I promise you I know a couple of people. These are just different people. It's not actually like, I'm not going to say black, white, Indian and stuff, but these are business people who are packing up and leaving. Why are they leaving? They're leaving for a lot of reasons. The instability, the fighting they just think black people were really distractful at this stage. We just want to take. Most of us never want to contribute. So it's give me. So many people just... so there's a lot of factors. It's not just the illegal immigrant situation with these movements. This is dire. We have so many problems, be it from the government aside, be it political parties, be it just business logistics, corruption, and all of that stuff, be it our tribal ethnicities being different while we're trying to come together. There's a lot of things that are so wrong, and then the COVID situation didn't help. Low tourism numbers, people are not coming because after the corona, it's even now very expensive to travel. You need that test. So it's almost like, let me just rather stay where I'm at. So if people stay where they're at, and then say now with all these tensions in South Africa, you see other people will leave. People say no, but that's not a problem. Let them go. Hear me carefully. These are not just people who are nobodies. You see, in a chaotic situation, real business thinkers, real progressive creators, they don't like noise, they don't like problems, they don't like issues. They move and rather earn nothing, peanuts, to just create for the people and have peace. That's very important. So we should be aware that as we're driving these narratives, people they will get fed up at some point. So yes, the illegal migrants, the undocumented, the legal, the documented, many people will leave this country. Not because they wanted to, but the movements are just too much. So as I was even speaking to one of my friends, I'm like, bruh, living this country, I'm hearing people that I love in this country, because if say they force me to go, man, look, I can literally go to Europe. I don't have any issue in landing in Europe, but the dream is to build Africa. The dream is to visit Europe, get wisdom, come back to Africa, build for our people right here. But if I have to be threatened to build in Africa and be happy in Africa, look, I will have to pack up, go to Europe, build the wisdom with our people there. There's a lot of our people there. Many people in Europe, they're progressive in thinking. It's this black and this white, this thing. It's mostly here in Africa because our mind is still in chains. Our mind is still emotional. Our mind is still very much in feelings. So then the business is dying because everybody got too much feelings, Low exchange student programs. There's not so many people coming here. My time when I started here, we had a lot of German students. We had a lot of. Let me just say, we had a lot of the whole Europe would be here. We have a lot of Americans, British not so much. That's more UCT. So these numbers have been. So if the students don't come to Stellenbosch as much, you can feel that because most of the people live here. These are local communities who mostly work towards the universities, infrastructure, structures and stuff like that, the private infrastructures here and there. So we must be right now, be careful with who we're beating and who we just finding problems with, because while we're doing all that, South Africa is dying. And now there won't be anything for anyone after that. Because when the real creatives, people who put things together, leave, be they white, black, Chinese, whatever, then things really get dire. Zimbabwe, you can see what has happened there. And now when you have got tensions with a lot of people, economy gets pulled out of your country just like that. So the country can be big, it can have these resources, but what do you do when you can sell these resources to somebody? What do you do if you're not allowed to go there? You see, so don't hate people who can still move somewhere. Fix your conditions, negotiate, talk to people. Yes, illegals, but let's talk. Let's have a dialogue. Let's not have forced violence, because the African tensions, they're dividing and killing business. As I told you, most of even the Africans here don't like their businesses here. These businesses, most South Africans are employed, locals, I'm not going to speak I don't really represent illegal people. I don't represent drugs. Where I live is law-abiding citizenry. It's education, it's university, it's standards, it's elite levels of thinking. There's no feelings out here. So there won't be anything that shouldn't be here. So the tensions we're having, the Africans that I know, they've got businesses here that employs South Africans. The variety of people that I know here, they employ our South African brothers and sisters. I really want to thank our Stellenbosch community, everybody who makes us, the beautiful, working together, trying to resolve our differences, to try to understand where the issue is. But fighting does not get us anywhere. Even in doing so, people are struggling. I'm walking around, family, friends, I'm walking, like the shops are empty. There's no business. And that's bad. And now, don't expect things to change if you will not change the way you do things, the way you think, the way you want to get to glory, because nothing is going to ever change. Look at my videos 10, 12 years ago, man. Look at it. The way I talk didn't change at all much. I just grew to become what I actually want to just become, but I'm at peace with myself. I was on my way to finding my peace. When I found my peace, I understand a lot of things are simple when you just build yourself. I just came back from the gym. I've been doing gym for the past 2 years. I always want to go like the last hour because then it's nice, it's empty, I can actually work. So I've been working myself, and this is after like 8 years after quitting gym, at 35, 36. Yeah, I went back to the gym from 35 into 36. So you have to keep building yourself, man. You can't just expect things to roll over for you. I don't know, for anybody. With Africans living, business is dying. This is South Africa, and it's in Africa. Most logistics and stuff like that, they evolve around Africa. So now Europeans, they expect to open businesses, to do those businesses with Africans. So if there's African tensions, the Europeans pick up and go. They leave the South Africans to deal with themselves, and the Africans, if the South Africans are not dealing with the Africans, there'll be that island story. My people, we have to reason. So Black Twitter becomes unnecessary, you see. I don't know if they've got Black Facebook, Black Instagram and all that. It becomes unnecessary for the growth of Black culture, consciousness, wealth. Because what do people spend time mostly doing? Talking about nonsense. What do people spend most of their time doing? Discussing about that celebrity. What do people spend most of their time doing? Admiring lives they're seeing on Instagram and social media. What are people doing? Wanting to live a life that's not theirs. What are people doing? Anything and everything that's not what they should be doing. Then they're upset, they're sad. Then they say, no, it's your fault. For me, it's God blessings. To get to where I got to, it's God blessings. I use this mind. I use it in a way that I only know how to use it, to advance myself. As everyone should know how to use their mind to advance themselves. And again, Zimbabweans, where we at? You can't cheat, fake the process. What have people done, Because people, you can't tell me that I already applied. What have you applied for? Some are telling me general. General how? They say extra skills. I'm on Zimbabwean side, I'm on South African side. I'll never represent people who keep on messing up. People who keep on deliberately not wanting to do the right thing. People who are lazy. People who expect. So People who just want to distract and be chaotic into the system, they all have to be dealt with. But for the law-abiding citizens, the law-abiding Zimbabweans who want to stay in this republic and help it build, you saw, man, what happened to Zimbabwe. Would you really want South Africa to get to what happened to Zimbabwe? Why would you ever want that? There's no this thing of black people only building Africa. We have been mixed way too deep. People must just have peace within themselves. Unify, find good friends, live good. Eat natural if you can. Be good to yourself. When you're good to yourself, you will be good to others naturally. You're not poor. You're just ill-informed and you're lost. I'm going to come with that just now. South Africa is dying. And this death is not because it's cursed. No. We just don't want it to grow right now. Why all of a sudden are we so upset that we have to destroy it? Or whoever want to destroy it for everybody. Black people, all our people, be it whatever race, color you are. Let's love these African countries. Let's love this South Africa. I've been growing, educating South Africans, be it you black, you white, you Indian, you whatever color they say. I have my youth out there. I admire them, they admire me. That's why I can never, ever, ever, ever not be on the side of both Zimbabwe and South Africa. The threats here, South Africa is what we got right now. Let's protect it, our people. Because most of us, will not be able to fly overseas. Believe me, it's 18 hours up there. You sleep, you wake up, you get tired, you eat, you're tired, you're like, whew. When is this gonna end? So no, you're not just gonna make it there. And as I told you how many people, European systems are set. They don't have these divisions like Africans have. They'll quickly come together. So, again, now you understand why other Africans will have to live, say, with the Europeans, for example. They just want peace. Some of y'all will call them whatever you want to call them, but man. This skin is black, yeah, they say. I don't think so, man. If I have to get the right skin tone, this is brown. So I'm like a chocolate type of skin tone.
I'm not sure
while
I
I'm
understand.
there. Siri, I'm not talking to you, Siri. Siri, I'm recording. Siri. You see, sometimes I have to deal with Siri like that. So at the end of the day, look, moral of the story is we all we got. We don't need our Africans running away far to just live a good life. And one thing y'all don't understand is other tribes, other cultures, they love Africans. So they are not scared to take them closer to them. Let them grow, nature, just bring the education as they would, because people are people. If nieces are nieces, nephews are nephews, it doesn't matter what skin color they are. So you must just learn to have that people's skill, love in the heart, and understand that that's how you grow yourself, So with that, South Africa, let's really work hard to preserve this South Africa. And while we are in the attempt of sorting out Zimbabwe, but don't kill this one, because It's hectic. So let's work on that.